All right, y'all, we are back with another video, and here we go again. Now, I definitely had to check this out. We all know that Donald Trump went to the hood, went to a black church, and a lot of people from CNN and all of these corrupt networks like CNN, MSNBC, they thought Donald Trump wouldn't do it. They said Donald Trump would be scared to go to the hood. Donald Trump went to the hood to show his support, like I said, especially to like the black people and stuff like that. And more black people. When I say more, I mean more black people. And a lot of people is showing support towards Donald Trump. And everybody is pissed off on the left. They didn't think Donald Trump would do it. So, and like I said before, the black church even erupted when Donald Trump walked in, when he came out. It was just amazing to see. And like I always say, I always put prayers for Donald Trump in the comment section. We must protect Donald Trump at all costs. We see what these people are trying to do to him. This man is working his butt off. He even going to blue states. In a blue state, had over 100,000 people in his rally. Joe Biden could never do that. No matter where Donald Trump go, people are going to show up and they're going to come. They're going to support Donald Trump. So we definitely finna go ahead and check this out, because this right here was amazing. And I definitely had to bring y'all this. If you can do me a favor, please hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date with everything that's going on. And shout out to the one that always watches the entire video. I appreciate all of you that do that. That show support and lets me know that you always stay to the end of all of my videos, and I really appreciate that. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. Like I said before, put prayers for Donald Trump in the comment section. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and dive straight to it.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Yep. Well, this kind of thing right over here, folks, this might make the difference in the end. The simple fact is that Joe Biden is out of commission. Sleepy, creepy, piss pants Joe can't campaign. That's why he's got all of his surrogates running around doing the job for him. Yep. It's pretty obvious to everyone. Joe Biden can't do the job, and so they're sending Robert De Niro out in public to do the job for him. That's obviously what's going on, and this week it's not Robert De Niro. It's this freaking clown.
Jack, we know how busy you are. You don't have time. Look at all the other events that are happening tonight that you already turned down. MC at the Fliegelman Bat Mitzvah. The opening of the new Jack in the Box in Oxnard. Judge at the 2nd annual Imperial Valley Avocado Festival. You don't see that on Meryl Streep's resume. I said, I know I turned them down, but my president needs me. And when the president wins in November, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get a sweet shout out in his victory speech for what I gave up to be here. Because when democracy is at stake, Jack Black answers the call.
Blah, blah, frickin' blah, we get it. But I'm not so sure if Democrats get it. Having random celebrities show up on stage and say vote for you doesn't guarantee you a general election win. I'm sure Hillary Clinton can attest to that. Actually showing up and tackling the hard issues and saying the things that everyone else is so scared to say, well, that actually does. And that might make the difference here in the end. As Joe Biden continues to fail in his voter outreach efforts, let's have a conversation and continue to analyze all the details of this election. We've got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so Donald Trump is on the campaign trail. His latest stop, Detroit, Michigan, making a little visit at the latest Turning Point Action event. Of course, as epic as you might expect.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing to see this. Amazing.
The crowd going absolutely wild. That, of course, being the reception. Most importantly, though, what's the perception? Well, it's something along the lines of what I've been saying.
What message is the 45th president trying to send with this event here today?
I believe that the president is our best messenger, and he's sending a message of he's willing to show up and meet people where they're at. He's going to these blue cities that most Republicans traditionally don't go to, and he's willing to do things that most traditional Republicans don't do. And I think it shows a lot of respect, and it shows that he's willing to engage and wanting to know what the issues are that everybody's facing in these communities. And I think that it means a lot to black people, and I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of black voters are turning towards President Trump.
President Donald Trump is willing to show up and meet people where they're at. fact,
Yep.
exactly what Democrats refuse to do. Democrats will talk, they'll blah, blah, blah a whole lot. But when it comes to actually showing up, they're usually completely missing in action.
Yep.
When the southern border was in complete chaos, Joe Biden didn't show up. When neighborhoods were burning thanks to BLM during the summer of riots, Joe Biden didn't show up to help combat the violence, bring back peace and civility. When a train got derailed and there was a massive hazardous chemical leak in East Palestine, Ohio, Joe Biden didn't show up. Democrats never show up. Well, the Trump campaign is sending a very clear message that they will show up where the Democrats won't. Detroit has been a city in decline for generations at this point. The city, of course, boasts a significant black population, and said population, of course, has voted Democrat quite loyally for decades. But where are the results? And most importantly, are the Democrats showing up? Of course they aren't. They just expect you to vote for them based purely off the color of your skin.
You have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
Why show up when you believe you're entitled to the vote? Well, that mentality right there, that's going to be their undoing. And Donald Trump is showing up where the Democrats would frankly never have the balls to show up. Not so long ago, Donald Trump was getting praised for showing up in, quote, the hood in the South Bronx.
What are you here for?
I'm here to watch the Trump gathering rally here.
What do you think about him being here?
I think it's great. I think it's dope. From my generation, from what I know, this is the first time president has actually came to the hood. I know presidents have came to the Bronx before, but we're talking about Woodlawn, Riverdale. He has came to Morrisania, South Bronx, the hood.
The hood.
So I respect that.
And now we're hearing and seeing
and now you can see that. That's what they mad about. Because, see, you got to realize a lot of these people on the left, they probably would have wanted Donald Trump to go to the hood because they think something going to happen to him. There's going to be some crazy black people out there that's going to do something to Donald Trump. That right there was what they was hoping. But that did not happen. Donald Trump came to the hood, and all the black people, they supported him. They loved him. The building just erupted when he came out. And they wasn't expecting that. CNN, MSNBC, The View, Whoopi them, Sonny Hostin, all of them, they was hoping for something bad to happen to Donald Trump. When he when they knew he was going to the hood, they wanted something bad to happen to him. We see all the threats. We see what all they say up on their show. So that's the reason why I said this right here was just amazing to see so many people, just like the guy you just heard. He was happy to see that. Cause like you said before, Democrats may talk about what they're going to do, but they're not going to do it. You ain't finna see Joe Biden go to the hood. He ain't going to go. Donald Trump is willing to go to blue states. He is willing to go to the hood to get the word out, to show people that he really love them, he really support them, and he want to help them. Joe Biden's not going to do that. All he going to do is use people like Jack Black, Robert De Niro. He using all these actors and comedians and stuff to try to say stuff about Donald Trump to think that's going to help him. It's not going to help. Because the thing what you had Robert De Niro to do outside the courthouse while Donald Trump was in court, that right there just made Donald Trump just skyrocket again in the polls. So whatever Joe Biden trying to do to Donald Trump, it is not working. All that man doing is just sitting around and sending people at Donald Trump. Where's Robert De Niro at now? Because he got straight dragged. We seen what Trump supporters said to him outside the courthouse when he was walking and getting in his vehicle. And here go Robert De Niro making threats. Just like Donald Trump's son, Don Jr. said, he's mad because he ain't had a good movie in a while. So the whole point is that it just goes to show you that Donald Trump ain't scared to show up whether it's the hood, whether it's in a blue state. This man will show up where he ain't even like that to get the word out and win the people over. That right there what make Donald Trump great. That's the reason why we need to get him back in the White House. We got to. If we want to save America, we got to get this man back in the White House. It is good to see a president like Donald Trump.
Same thing.
President Trump, I'm so humbled that you would be here. President Obama never came to the hood, so to speak, right? President Joe Biden, he went to the big NAACP dinner, but he never came to the hood. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor. Very humble, really nice. Thank you. My honor.
Donald Trump is showing up in the hood. He's going to where the problems actually are and sending clear, divisive messaging and expressing himself and where he stands on issues quite clearly and quite explicitly. He's just going there and saying the quiet part out loud. He's saying what's on everybody's mind that most politicians are too scared to say.
Protect our children and our future.
Well, we're going to get your children jobs. We're going to make it possible for them to work. We're going to stop illegals from coming in because your biggest threat are the illegals taking the jobs. We have threats as to security, too, because, again, so many of them come from prisons and jails, from mental institutions, and even insane asylums. That's a step above, that's many steps above mental institutions. And we're not going to allow this to happen. And the first community, and this is open knowledge, that's being affected and affected very badly, is the black community, because they're taking your jobs. And we want people to come into our country, but they have to come in legally. They have to be vetted, and they have to come in legally. So I think that's the biggest single thing that we can do in terms of the future, because you see already what's happening where your wages are down, it's going down, it's going to get very bad. I think it's going to get very bad. So we have to close up the border, we have to stop, and we want people to come in, but we want them to come in legally, and they have to come in through a legal process. It's so unfair to our country, but I think that's the biggest thing we can do.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you
President.
very much. Congratulations, Steve.
He then isolates.
That right there was amazing by Donald Trump. See, it's stuff like this that wins people over to show that Donald Trump actually care about our country. He don't mind the illegals, but he want them to come in legally, like a process, not illegally where they just coming across, taking up all the jobs and all that. That right there is what Joe Biden is allowing, because he want these people that's coming across the border illegally, he want them people to vote for him. So he don't even care how many come across there, but Donald Trump going to put a stop to that. That right there is what we need, man. And that was a good conversation that Donald Trump had at the round table with a lot of the black members and stuff like that. They were asking him questions. He was answering. They loved the answers that he gave them. And that right there is what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about.
It's the issue and has the balls to actually say it, and then without skipping a beat, offers his solution.
The choice for every voter this November is clear. You can have a president who lets thousands of radical Islamic terrorists into our country, or you can have a president who throws radical Islamic terrorists the hell out of our country and gets them out fast. On day one of my new administration, we will begin the largest deportation operation in American history. We have no choice. This is not sustainable.
There you freaking have it. That's the pitch. Can Joe Biden do that? I don't think so. Joe Biden can't keep his shorts up. He's going directly into the territory, promoting his messaging platform and advancing his campaign. And it's going to make a difference. There's obvious weakness here on the Biden side, and if Trump keeps making the right moves, let's just say the DNC is going to have a very hard time come November. I mean, the absolute exodus is just wild to see, especially with black voters in particular. And this is, of course, the reason why Donald Trump is attempting to court the black vote. A new poll was just released by Suffolk University, and if we delve into the data and isolate just for black voters, specifically in Pennsylvania and Michigan, well, what you see here might shock you. These are the numbers. The first thing you might notice is that Trump is doing relatively well. You might not think he's doing well in Pennsylvania with black voters getting only 11% support, but if we go to the 2020 election exit polls, specifically in the state of Pennsylvania, last election, Trump only got 7% support from black voters. This signals a possible increase, and it's likely not telling the whole story considering there's third-party candidates that are part of the mix here. But really what's most shocking is how much those third-party candidates are pulling away from Joe Biden's support. Back in 2020, again, according to the exit polls, Joe Biden pulled 92% of black support. 92%. Well, according to this poll, if Cornel West and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as well as Trump are on the ballot, Biden only manages to pull 56% support. Joe Biden is bleeding voters, and that is especially true when it comes to black voters. And clearly Joe doesn't seem to have the skills or the messaging campaign to stop the flow here. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is actually showing up. It's having an impact already. It's probably going to continue to have an impact. And that right there, in the end, might be the difference maker. At least we'll have to see. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys.
Shout out to Liberal High Mind. That right there was a great video. Like I said, as y'all can see, Donald Trump went to the hood. Think about that. Went to the hood and got so much support, and people are starting to believe now. Because like I said before, Joe Biden is destroying this country. I don't know how many times we have to keep saying that this man is destroying our country. And like I said, we want to save it. We have to get Donald Trump back in the White House, which I believe he's going to win, because right now he's, killing it in the polls right now, while Joe Biden is imploding. And he's going to continue to implode while he poop on himself. So y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think about this. Thank you all for watching, especially the ones that made it to the end. And like I said, don't forget to put prayers for Donald Trump in the comment section, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.